Hi, this is Chris from Revenge Performance again. Right here we are keeping you in the loop of the process to change our 1995 Dodge Stealth over to a twin disc clutch. Right now we are removing the Spec 4 Plus LW clutch. It is a single disc clutch, it's a Cerametallic, shifts really good, it's still easy to slip on the street and things like that. It doesn't drive as easily as stock, but it's something you can definitely get used to once you get used to the narrower engagement window. And they really do hold. This car was making at a peak about 610 wheel horsepower, and we had absolutely no issues with this clutch slipping. Right now I'm just removing the pressure plate bolts and basically going in a star pattern to avoid warping the pressure plate. We're not just taking one bolt out at a time and moving along, because that can't actually warp the plate. And this clutch will be reused because there's absolutely nothing wrong with this clutch. We're not removing this clutch because we don't like it. We just want to make sure that we test out basically all the parts we sell. And so we want to test out the strapped twin disc Clutch Masters 8.5 inch clutch we're working on. And so this one's got to come out for now. Once we get the pressure plate bolts out, we're just going to pry on a little bit, just get it loose from the dowels on the flywheel. And then this clutch and the disc, pressure plate and the disc will just come right out. You can see here we're also running a comp steel flywheel. This is a 14-pound flywheel, a little bit lighter than stock, but not so light that the car is going to be stalling around town all the time. Once we get the pressure plate, once we get the flywheel bolts out, we're just going to go ahead and leave one end and then tap on it with a plastic hammer to get that loose, and that way the flywheel doesn't fall off all at once and hit you in the head. Right there, we're just fitting the new twin disc 8.5 inch Clutch Masters flywheel. This is also a steel flywheel. This uses the stock bolts. You do have to get it to go over the dowel pin and the crankshaft register, but once you do that, just kind of snug your bolts up with an impact or by hand, and then torque them to 55 foot-pounds. There are some tools out there to hold the crankshaft in place by the flywheel, but we find it just as handy just to take a breaker bar and put it in the crank pulley bolt, and then lean that up against the A-arm on the driver's side of the car, and that will hold it. Then just clean your flywheel off with some brake clean. Just make sure there's no fingerprints, things like that. And next we're going to go ahead and fit the cover assembly and the two discs. Make sure that you have your alignment tool in there as you do this, and make sure you also give it a little bit of rotation so that both discs are also rotated in the same orientation. If you don't do that, then your splines will be a little bit out of alignment and your transmission is going to not spline up to the second disc. After that, really just a matter of tightening the pressure plate bolts. The torque spec is 22 foot-pounds, and use a little bit of blue Loctite on those as well as the flywheel bolts. So basically we snug those down, and we're going to go ahead and torque these up with a torque wrench, and we'll be about ready to start installing the transmission. So thanks for checking this out. We hope you check out revengeperformance.com and our other YouTube videos.